Some simple steps. So first we will mark the regions using some scale, and we will use the rectangular boxes to fill those scales, and later we will label the regions with the materials. Why? Because we need to fill the material first, we need to name that regions, and next we will add some dopings. Dopings is like p-type, n-type. We have specific doping, and next we will do meshing and refine meshing, and next we save that mesh file in the form of tif file dot tif, and we'll use that, and we'll change that into a circuit symbol, and we will see the device simulation. So these are some parameters I assumed. You can see the coordinates here. It is L and H. So L is with the direction of I mean horizontal. H is in the direction of vertical. You can take any convention. What you take, some X or Y. I am taking this L and H. You have seen some examples. And the first one here, this is the workspace, and these are drawing tools. Here we will use some dopings here, and these are, it will indicate some layer information here. So my mouse pointer is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's okay. So next we will use this zoom in and zoom out using the scroll key in the mouse. So I am zooming and zoom out. You can see that, right? So there is a there is a convention here. Just to follow that convention, I have some plan to how to draw this device. Unlike randomly also you can draw any device dimensions. So that is not maybe you cannot get clear idea about it. So I am having some plan with the device drawing. And first of all, this is one red mark, it is there like a plus sign symbol. This is called the center of the wafer. Originally assume that this is a silicon wafer in VLSI, as we can make the fabrications on the silicon wafer. So this is the center of the wafer. We can use any space on the wafer, not only on the center. So we can use anywhere. So it is having some dots like things in the background. It is called actually the grid. Grid means it is a spacing between a small dot and a dot. It is called a grid. It is allows to draw the device regions actually, okay, with the measurable scale. So it is called a grid. Grid is called a spacing between the two points. That is a minimum separation distance between the 2 points. So in this, that minimum separation distance is 0.01 micrometers. So so we confine that we have, so every object we are drawing here, so that has the scale.
Hello, Sasi.
Yes sir.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yes.
I hope most of the people are getting the voice. Even I am hearing from my side.
Yes,
There is no
voice is
problem with the audio.
voice is clear.
Yes, yes. Voice is clear, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Because
sir. Voice is clear.
yeah, Arna Patak madam, Shara Machu, and these people are complaining about voice. So I hope there might be some problem, but here we are able to clear it clearly here. Sasi, please continue.
Okay sir, thank you. So it is like a wafer where we can fabricate the devices. So this is the minimum size, minimum feature size. So by default, the minimum feature size in this platform is 0.01 micrometers. So we can take the regions, so multiples of that. So one box, one complete box here, it is 1 micrometer. So why I'm saying like this is, so some plans will work out with the boxes while drawing the geometries. Suppose you want to draw a geometry with the region of 2 micrometers, so just you will take the two boxes, or it is a 3 micrometers, just you will take the three boxes. Okay, like that we can take the measurements. And first of all, why we are using this tool is, so we are using in the EDA tools in the VLSI platform to simulate and to check the characteristics. And so EDA tools are useful for making the layouts and confining the simulations and tape out. And using those tape outs, the industry, the fabrication units uh, can photo mask those regions, and we will get the ICs in the form of analog and digital, and that will useful for the society. That was entirely different. That is using using EDA tools. And that yesterday maybe in the first presentation, Amit sir told that the region between the industry and this EDA tool and a CAT tool. So originally from this, from the fabrication technology, they will supply the process design kits for every technology node. So using that technology node, we are going to we are going to build some circuits in analogs or digital for a particular node of technology. Say for example, 180 nanometers or 250 nanometers. So PDK means the process design kits. It contains everything to support the DRC, LVS, and the schematic to tape out to make some circuits for the ICs. So it is here why we are using this tool is very particular. So we can design our own device, and we can simulate our characteristics, how the device is functioning. Is IV characteristics or matching, or we can check our devices, we need to improve this device, and we can redesign using this these dimensions and dopings. We can change these, can change the electrical characteristics, so that we can frame a new device. So new device, and you can change that into a circuit symbol, and using the circuit symbol, you can simulate in a real environment, so that we can confirm it is working fine or not. So that that device will be placed in the industry, like a technology node with a different technology node, so that every people can can build analog circuits and digital circuits to make the ICs. So here it is. Here it is the platform to create a new device. This is a 2D device. So here's a procedure is there, some procedure. Please listen that procedure. That is so easy to create one device, so that we can explore many things. As you can devise many devices, or any regions or any devices using this procedure. Just it is a the reference or a defined framework for making the device. And here, in the first class itself, I think Gopi sir told that we can make a new device using a different structural modification with the different techniques. So both we can work out here. So using some structural modification and some using particular technology, a particular technique like SOI or FinFET, or many things. So here it is like we are making the device uh, using some markings. For example, here I am taking the coordinates of a different sizes of substrate, anode, cathode, and and a p-type. So this is for example only. We can take any dimension as you wish. Okay. So first here, uh, so you can, so by using, you can familiar with these icons. So first we will draw some dimensions. So we are seeing that it is having four parts: 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Two electrodes and one p-type material and one n-type material. Okay. First, the region 1, it is having a dimension of meters by 4 micrometers. So we will just use that scale here. So this is called scale. So just click on that and place it on anywhere. So I'm starting here. So just with the left click, uh, drag that drag that one. So my dimension about the first one is a substrate. It is having 4 micrometers, right? Micrometers, we can extend this one. So I think the space is not, so little bit we can zoom here. So 4 micrometers. So it's exactly 4 micrometers, right? And this is about the L dimension, and the H dimension we will start from here. So this is also having 4 micrometers. Okay, is it visible? So that is the marking for 4 micrometers and 4 micrometers for region 1. Okay, and next I am drawing the second region, which is having a dimension 2 micrometers and zero point 0.2 micrometers. So it is having an L with 0.2 micrometers and 2 micrometers, a height of 2 micrometers. So here, so 2 micrometers means,
Excuse
uh,
me.
uh, yes ma'am, tell me.
Uh, how do I change that grid dimensions? Because mine is showing as point 0.1 micrometer. That one grid.
What is madam? This is a default grid. So
Okay.
it is not point 0.1. You can zoom in little bit, it will show the uh, 0.01 micrometers.
Sesi sir,
Okay.
Yes, yes, Sandeep sir.
sir, I think they are asking about how to zoom in, zoom out that grid. You are doing,
Okay.
you are zooming in, zooming out the entire grid. How it is happening? What you are clicking? That's what they are asking.
With the mouse scroll only I am doing. Just it is increasing and decreasing. That's all. The
Okay. Okay.
mouse key.
Okay.
Okay, is it fine? So next we will draw the second region. So second region is by 2 micrometers, by zero point 0.2 micrometers. So we have some plan here. As you know already, this was 1 micrometer. So just we can draw here. Uh, just we can draw here. It is as 2 micrometers, but it is not advisable. Why? Because maybe dimensions may change by different dimensions. We cannot know exactly where the center is. We need to locate that electrode exactly at the center. So for that I am having a plan. So you can start from any corner. So you can start from any corner. So it is exactly having 2 micrometers. So from here, So I can extend a little bit by right side, and I can extend a little bit by left side. Okay, total. So why I am drawing like this is, so now you can draw the geometries exactly at the center. So this total is complete 2 micrometers, right? So 2 micrometers by 0.2, yes, 0.2 micrometers height. Okay, and for the third geometry, it is just an electrode. So here it is just an electrode having a size 0.1 micrometers, right? 0.1. And sorry, the third dimension we are talking about, so it is 0.2 micrometers by 4 micrometers. It is already having 4 micrometers. Okay, so this is about the third region. It is just an electrode. So fourth region is so it is having a 2 micrometers length and 0.1 micrometers by, it is for doping. As a p-type material, we will dope into that. So this is for p-type material. So all the geometries are made with this scale. So now we can have it is very simple. These are some drawing icons with their different shapes. So we can use a rectangular box of to create these dimensions. It is as simple as like that. So suppose if you want to build a house, we need to build a house. So first we will go to that engineer. So just telling that I am having some area of land, so I need some room space in this area, some room space in this area. So like that the engineer will plan that in a pen and paper, using the pen and paper and scale. So one room is having certain dimension, other room is having certain dimensions, so that so we can implement that plan on the real land itself. So it is as simple as like that here also. So I am trying to make some markings with the scale. Later I will fill those markings with the rectangular boxes. So it is quite easy. This is the plan. So as you so as you know that with the different dimensions I can build different houses. So like that we can make different devices with the different dimensions here. uh, or else in the circuit language, uh, these are some skills using some layouts, using some layouts. I use the maximum the metal 4 layer up to metal 4 layers. So using uh, drawing some layouts, we will use these tricks to make the floor plan areas, the real estate area is most usable manner, so that the DRC cannot affect that one, so that we can get the minimum area. So that is fine. Next we will use to draw with the rectangular boxes. So I'm taking these rectangular boxes of size. So start with the single click. I'm using my mouse left click. So start with the single click and end with a single click. Okay, so suppose if you want to delete that one, so any rule item, so it is visible in the object list, some polygons or regions here visible. Just we can click on and we will delete that one. So this is the first region, and the second region was about 0.2. 0.2 micrometers height and 2 micrometers length. So I am using that. Yes. So this was the first region. This was a second region. And next, so this is for electrode, the third one.
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Yes, sir. Sandeep, sir, tell me.
Sir. Hello, please. If you have any doubts, you can ask directly in mic.
Excuse me. I asked earlier also. For me, the grid, when I measure using that scale, one box is coming to be 0.1 micrometer only instead of 1 micrometer, 0.1.
Okay,
And
maybe
4 boxes,
that grid,
it is
any size you can make using the geometries. Just it is an
how
example.
to change that?
That grid can be changed by using some settings in this one. Uh, I will tell later. Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just see the dimensions and the procedure how you are following. Any dimension you can make. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
So we have drawn already the first region and the second region and the third region. So fourth region we will draw later. Why? Because here the some steps are given. So this is like a sequential steps, means that we need to perform one after the other. So not with the fifth step is first one and the fourth step is the next one. No, not like that. So we need to follow these steps. Okay, it is a sequential process. So the geometries are created here, and next we will use some labeling here so that we can fill that regions with specific materials. Okay, so for that use this icon T and click this icon. So I am first doing it for the first region. So make that region. So it is showing the region label and the material and the maximum mesh size. Here the maximum mesh size is that is the default 1.1 micrometers. Okay, so we can change that one. So for contacts default the grid size is 0.1 micrometers, and for others we can change. Okay, so just type a name for that one. So I'm taking just this name as substrate, and the material used for this is we have a different materials here, many more materials also there: silicon, germanium, aluminum, SiO2, nitride, and many things are there. Yes, I am taking a silicon material. Why? Because this will the region one will act as the n-type material. Okay, we will dope it later. Just it is a silicon, right? And the mesh size it is having. So I am indicated here. The mesh size is, for example, a 0.4 micrometers, and doping we will do later. Okay, just click on OK. See the color was changed here, and like that the same. So first region was completed, and the second region, so here it is the second region. Here it is a second region. So that region is actually acts as a electrode for the anode. So just name it as anode. So that electrodes are all confined to the aluminum electrodes. So I am making the material with aluminum. See, you can change the color also. The color also changed. Okay, so the default grid size is 0.1. So that is the electrode. Next, we will do it for third electrode, third region. So third region is actually cathode region. So type that name. It is also cathode electrode. Cathode that material, this is also an electrode, so we can fill with the aluminum metal, and the color is blue and the default message. Okay, and fourth region we will do after doping. Okay, we'll do that after doping. So labeling and filling is also completed. We will do that add doping. So add doping, there is an icon called uh, so this arrow mark, add doping profile. So add doping profile. So we will add some dopings like PN junction means simple. We can have a P region and N region. We will dope with the different materials. We will dope with the different concentrations. So for the region 1, so I am taking the region 1. So start with the single click and end with the single click. So I'm ending with single click. Just drag that one. So we need to fill that complete first region. So after that, it will ask whether you we need to dope with uniform doping or Gaussian doping, or or this one. Other dopings are there. So I will choose for substrate material uniform doping. Okay, so it will ask the profile name. So for the first region, you can see the bottom lines. So the first region, it is of so we need to fill the n-type material, right? So just I will type this one as n-type material. So n-type is always we can choose a donor material. Here we can change the concentration of that n side. Okay, so it is indicated in engineering fashion. It is 10 power plus 16. So these are default coordinates. Okay, so that we can change the doping level here. Okay, so click on OK. So that's changed the color to green. Next, for the next we will do for p-type doping, right? The same manner we will. So its default size is 2 micrometers by 0.1. So so we will start here and we will end here, and we will drag this one. Okay, so so for this one I am taking the Gaussian doping profile. So we need to enter this. So I already taken the N material, so we need to take here the p-type material. So just type a p-type. P-type means it is having an acceptor concentration, and that concentration is 10 to the power plus 19. So we can change just it's 16 to 19. Okay, it is having a p plus n. P concentration is more than n concentration here, and here something something is showing y characteristic length. So y characteristic length, it is changed to 0.25 micrometers, and the xy ratio is defaulted as 1. Okay, see it is having some doping. So it is a simple device. So we can fit into this one using this icon. So this is having the 4 parts now. The first one is the substrate region, which will act as n-type material, n-type material, and the second one was electrode. Third one is also electrode. Fourth one is a p-type material. So p-n junction with the 2 metal electrodes. So this is a very simple structure. First we will mark the every region. So I have nothing I have drawn with the different shape. Just I use the rectangular boxes. So that's why first we will mark the regions of a particular size using the scale. So later we can fill that regions with the square box, rectangular box very easily. So after that we will do doping like a uniform doping or Gaussian doping. Okay. So after that we will do some meshing. So here is an icon called mesh. So all these shortcuts are available in this panel also. So you can just explore after that. Are available in this panel also. Okay, this is a just add meshing, right? So we can increase some mesh points. So meshing means we need to at the PN junction we need to create more number of nodes so that it will perform the Poisson equation. It will calculate, the tool will calculate the Poisson equation here at the junction. Okay, so you can see here the, so wherever the junction is there, so it will creating the more number of meshes, and there is no so the mesh is very less here in this region, in this it is more. So we can refine the mesh by using existing mesh. So we can make some more points here. It will make something somewhat denser.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, when I add region label, sir, that now at the time substrate is only dark pink, not a light pink.
Oh, so I told already we need, this is a sequential process. We need to make it as a sequential. So definitely you need to make that as a sequential process. Okay.
I do like that only, sir.
Okay, we will see later. Okay, just follow this section. Okay. And after doping after doping and meshing, so we need to save this file. So the default extension we are seeing here .drw. So why? Because it is a device drawing file. Extension is .drw. So there is no need to type that extension. We are already created one folder on desktop naming the diode, right? So we will use this diode folder to save this file. For example, I am typing it as pn diode. The default extension is .drw. Okay, so save that file. And next, so in the device, so in the device icon, so there is an icon.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell
Can
me.
you just explain that mesh, how to set up the mesh once more? Because I didn't understand properly.
So mesh is like a meshes are created like to run the Poisson equations in the PN junctions. So at the junctions, it will create the tool will create as many as points. So if you want to make the denser mesh means it will having a large number of nodes, so that many Poisson equation will run many times mean it was somewhat accurate. If the mesh is having very less points, so it is the Poisson will run with less number of times. It's not so accurate. So I hope I hope it's understood.
No, in the tool, sir. In the tool,
Sir, they are asking. Yeah, they are asking how to place the mesh. Again, you have to show.
This is doing the mesh. Just click on the mesh, but randomly I selected the best one. Okay,
To
and
adjust the
after
mesh density, that also.
so after doing this one mesh, so we can here we have a mesh control, mesh constraint control. So where we can see that one. Uh, size so it is so I am pointing about a on the exactly the PN junction region, so it will it will show the number of divisions. So the mesh was deleted, just to so again redo the meshing process. So refine that mesh somewhat clear. Again I am doing the mesh, so now the points was increased. Okay, so this is how you can do the, you can see and adjust the mesh, that's all. You can see the number of points and adjust the mesh.
Adaptive meshing,
Okay,
it will done by itself, sir. Adaptive
it will
meshing in
done
the
by itself.
substrate region, it has to be coarse meshing, and in the active region or in the junction, the space charge layer, there it has to be very fine meshing. So that adaptive will be done by the tool itself.
Tool itself.
Acha. Thank you.
Sir,
Okay,
wherever interfaces are there, layer to layer interfaces, tool will automatically create more meshes, mesh points.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that control, we need not to do, okay, 0.1
It,
nanometer or 0.2 nanometer if I want to
yeah,
do.
no, no sir, no
it
sir.
is an automatic
It will
mesh.
automatically do the meshing.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next next we will save that mesh file using the device drop down menu. Save that mesh file. So here the extension is .tif. So it is a it is a default TIFF file, TIFF extension. So I'm using the same folder on the desktop in the diode. Use a different name. Previously I used PN junction, right? So PN1. So the device is saved. Next we will use this device to get the IV characteristics. Okay, so for that just go to file and new, and here we have several options here. Sorry, here we have several options. We can draw new device and we can simulate that device, and we can convert that device into a circuit schematic, and this test script is for the 3D device. So 3D devices are made using some testing script. So these are some XY plot and spreadsheet. This is for the results parts. Okay, we will use for the, we will use device simulation. So it will load the device with the electrodes. So it will take okay, so now we can browse that TIFF file here. So using the load icon, so here we have a default the diode folder. You can browse into your diode folder and select that PN1. So these these dialog box will open in Windows environment. So just ignore that. So after opening, it will automatically close. Just it is loading the structure.
So it is file new device simulation. That's all. No?
Ah, yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm again opening that. Some problem with that. I'm again opening the tool and the file and the device simulation environment, and we will load that PN junction diode. So we saved in diode as PN1. Oh, it is not saved, I think so. The meshing was not saved.
Hello, Ceci. Nice. Hello, Ceci. Ah. Hello, Ceci.
Okay.
Hello, Ceci. Hello. Hello. Yeah, change that option, Ceci. Okay, just are you able to hear my voice? Please come to chat. Yeah, you can, Ceci, you can stop the presentation. Just come to chat once. Hello, Ceci.
Gopi sir?
Yes, yes, James.
Sir, like, shall we announce 5 minutes break by the time like he can fix up things?
Just a second. I think
Okay.
he has come.
Fine.
Hello?
Yeah, Ceci, we can hear you now.
Yes, sir. Some connection problems and some Some problems here, sir.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Fine, fine.
So you please try to complete as soon as possible.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So it is visible. My screen is visible.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now we will open that file. The diode N1. Just hide this one. Okay. Okay. We loaded the file here. So it's just indicating that meshing file. So just we just go to device material and we shift that one a little bit. Using this here, we have some options in shifting this one X, Y, and Z directions. This device structure like this after meshing. So now what we will do is, so we will go to the device simulation and load that device. Okay, I think it is meshing was not complete, so right, that's why it is not taking. We'll again do the mesh and save. File open, open that file, device drawing. So device drawing, open that file. So this is our original structure, PN junction diode. So do the meshing for it and refine that mesh. So you can see some more denser here. Okay. Save that mesh file. So it already have one mesh file. We can make the PN2 here. So now we will load that one. Open device simulation. So we will select here different analysis. So steady state analysis, transient analysis, and the circuit element. We can change that to mixed mode simulation. So first we will see the VI characteristics of this diode. So desktop, diode, open. It is not taking. So we will run here. Device material, the Z direction. So load the file. See, now it is loading. I think some problem in that file, so we will see later. So after loading, we can view like this. So it is having some, you can turn this device. So just click on draw device material and use this options here. So so like this it was created. So here it is having two electrodes. So first one is the anode and second one is the cathode. So we will do some steady state analysis. So for that one, that voltage, sweep the voltage. So just we will take some random values. You can take any values. You can so the stop voltage is 1 and we have 0.25. To 5 volts. Just save that file using a simulation. Using a file name. So we will create some new folder here. So all the simulation data will be saved here. Okay. So we have two contacts here. First one is the anode and the second one is the cathode. So both are ohmic contacts. So there is no issue with the metal work function. Okay. Next we will run the simulation. So before that, so for running simulation, it will ask the select folder. So I already told that. So the simulator will make so many files in doing the simulations. So we need to provide a folder for the simulations. So just ignore that one. So the message is coming. Simulation job submitted. It is doing that. So just close that one. So we have a console here. So it will show the process. So see, it is running. So my device is PN1. It is running. So after finishing, it will show like this. The simulation is finished. Yes, the simulation is completed. So after finishing the simulation, just we need to view the results. So for that one, so load the result file. We have a result file on the desktop. So I created SimP for the simulations. So see how many here. The Genius is the tool, which is the tool is doing the simulations here. All the simulations with the device drawing. So see how many files are created. So many files are created. So in that one, we need to select that result and open. So here we need to select. So it will give the currents and voltages of all the possibilities to an Excel sheet. This is called some Excel sheet. So whatever the plots we need to plot from here, we can plot. So the tool will provide all the data to the user. Just it will dump all the simulations to the result file. Like these are the currents and these are some voltages. And we need to select the particular one. So we are having that anode and the current. So we need to press the control key to select both the icons. So this is anode, the voltage, and anode current. So just right click, we can see this icon. So we need to see this icon, plot data with x variable. Means that it is asking a graph having an x-axis and y-axis both. So it is asking uh, if you want to. So what is um, what is a variable you want to plot in the x-axis? So I am taking the voltage in the x-axis, and default it will take in the y-axis, and other variable will default will plot in the y-axis. So this is a plot for a PN junction VI characteristics, and we can do here like this sum palette and apply. So these are different colors we can have here. As the number of graphs increases, it will select default colors. The first one, it will automatically select the black one. So this is a VI characteristics of a simple PMOS diode, PN diode. So that diode is so we are making the diode using some dopings and dimensions. So we can change the doping and dimensions here and get the required characteristics. Okay, so we can save this file, save. So it is saving in the same file, like VI characteristics. The extension is .plt. It is a plot. So why these are all extensions means, so it will save the data in the folder. So later we can identify that extensions and open directly in the tool. So open that files. This is how you can plot the VI characteristics, and we can change that using the we can simulate this diode using a mixed mode environment. So for that one, again go to file and new circuit schematic. So this is a simple circuit environment. So once the device is made and tested, so after that it is a simple job to test the transient simulations and whatever you want. So it is a normal simulation environment like a multi-sim sedate or DSCH, like in a microwind or Tanner or Cadence or Mentor or anything. It is a simple environment. Here we can load that device here. See here the one PN1 open, and before that we can change that electrode. Change that. Before that we can change into that electrode. So we can make the circuit element and select here the numerical device. Or else first load the we can change the circuit symbol, right? Okay, we can have anode and cathode. We can change this as like a diode. Here one option is there. Here all the default available components here. 74HC is a high-speed CMOS. All the analog and the digital ICs are available here, and we need to select that numerical device. So that environment is here, I think so. Oh, we can change that element. Mm, okay, anyway, we can change it later. So just apply simple sources here. Just we will perform one rectifier of a rectifier. Uh, so that first we need to select. So for rectification, we need to select some sources. We'll use the sine wave here. Sine wave is one component, and resistors here. So right click and do this mirroring properties. We can rotate horizontally or rotate vertically, whatever you want. And next I want one ground here, and so here we have a voltmeter and a current meter. So I need one voltmeter to connect. So this is a wire. So just connect. So we can edit the properties by double clicking that element. So suppose I want to change this resistance. So you see it is coming. here some problem is there. Oh, this line was pasted. So you can delete this component. Use the delete button to delete that one. So we will again make one resistor and do some rotate and using some wire connections. So connect it. So I want this element as some 1000K, and we can also change these elements, I mean properties for the sine wave. So can take roughly some 0.5. So that's all for this one, and save this and save this circuit. Extension is SEH for dot SEH means for it is it is a schematic. Some VN Octave. And after that we need to provide some simulation settings. So here we can have the simulation settings window. So we are using the transient analysis. So that transient analysis, first set the scales here, otherwise so I'm setting it is a in microseconds. So simulation is for say for example 10 microseconds. So per step we can use it 0.5, and maximum steps we can have the 1 microsecond. And see this one. So in the in the EDA tools for multisim we have a option to check the floating point nodes. So here that is not available. Okay, we need to check manually. It is indicating that see some connection is no contact here. Some edges. So we will use that same folder, or we can use a different folder. So I'm using new folder to select that simulation. So ignore this one. See the this is the latest submitted simulation. So the Genius tool is running the simulation. It is running. Job simulation job completed. So we can load that one. So here we need to see the input voltage, that is V1, and the output for probe 1. So input we need to see at V1 and output at probe 1. I think this is not the file. Why it is not shown? So let us close all the windows. Checker is coming with it. So it's fine. So the file will load like this. So we need to select the time
Sir,
and
what will be the extension of the result file?
just the result dot dat.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So that we need to select here. It is a transient analysis. So we need to select the time variable, and that we are having the V1 as a positive one. V1 positive, and that probe 1 we need to select. So probe 1 positive. So using the control key we need to select these three items. So it is a transient simulation, so we need to select the time, and for the input voltage V1, and for output we need to select the probe one. Just right click, and we need to see the timing in the X variable. So see this one, we are getting the result like this. So apply. So this is applied sine wave. Got the output is like this. So this is a half wave rectifier. Only positive half cycle we are getting. In the negative half cycle, it is off. As simple as that. The diode is a simple circuit element. It acts as a switch. In a forward bias, it will act like a closed switch. In a reverse bias, it will act like a open switch. That's why we are not getting any output here, just an half cycles in the positive. So we can save this one. So like this, we can use the device drawing environment to create our own device, and we can simulate that device using in the mixed mode environment. So this is a simple device structure as a PN junction. So we create with this with the different dopings and different regions, and we simulated and confined that it is working fine. My device is working fine. So as we have tested a simple half wave rectifier here. So if the device is not going to be fine, it will not function like this. I hope it will understood. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir.
Lintu ma'am.
Thank you, sir. It was a very informative session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
What is his name? James.
Yeah, Sashi.
Sir, this is Sandeep, research scholar.
Yeah, Sandeep.
Yeah, you can. I think if anybody have doubt, they can ask. Otherwise, you can conclude the session.
Okay.
And please join the afternoon session. Thank you.
So, thanks participants for listening. Is there any doubts? Anybody having any doubts? Okay, then we'll wind up. Thank you so much, Sashi, for this very informative session. Very slowly and steadily, you informed step by step very clearly. The was very useful. Thank you, participants, for patient listening. We will meet up in the afternoon. Thank you all.
Thank you, James.
Yeah.